Doughboi Hendrix. I'm here with Cyber Trash, um, a producer, a beat maker. Why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself? How you got started with music?
You you turned the mic up?
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, can you tell the people a little bit how you got started in music and a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Um so I started out as a vocalist and basically um I started making beats to have like something to so I wanted original beats to have for my lyrics, for my vocals. And I've been on BandLab making beats for about 2 years now, a little over 2 years. And just a lot of practice. Um, and I've probably made something around probably between 150 to 200 beats. Not all of them good, but I learned something from each one, you know, and kind of see like what I like to do and what I don't like, and just kind of I try to learn something from each one. I listen to my beats, you know what I mean, like, and I'll just kind of learn a little bit as I go, kind of self-taught,
Right,
pretty much.
right. And you associated with Dungeonistic, right?
Yeah, I'm friends with Dungeonistic. Yeah, he's a amazing producer and vocalist from. He actually plays a lot of musical instruments. For I think like every different musical instrument, pretty much. He's from Alabama. I know you're from Alabama, right?
Yeah, I'm from Alabama. Yeah. I think he's from a little bit deeper down than I am. I'm from Montgomery. I don't know where exactly he's from.
Right. No, I'm not sure either. Um, but yeah,
You're
I
out there.
discovered his music, and just I met him, I clicked up with him, and pretty much been friends ever since. I've known him about probably a little over a year.
Yeah, you're out there in California, sunny California, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I'm from California, um, Sacramento. It's not the best place to live, but I guess I've kind of been here my whole life, so you sit around in one place for long enough, you just kind of get bored with it, right?
You do, but sometimes you have no, you kind of stuck in the place that or whatever your situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been through a lot. I used to use hard drugs and been on the streets and been to jail and just lots of crazy shit, man. You know what I mean? I've been off the hard shit for uh, about about 4 or 5 months now. I just got off the streets about 4 months ago,
Oh, that's
and so
good.
I'm
That's
just
good.
yeah, I'm just trying to make better decisions for myself.
Do you
After all the
got
crazy shit I've seen.
do you got family that's around you or?
Yeah, my mom and my brother and my sisters and their spouses and their kids and shit. They all live down here in Sacramento, and not
Yeah.
really close with my family. Just mainly my mom. I was just a homeless drug addict for so long that it's just kind of it just makes it kind of awkward now. Go to family get-togethers and they're just like they're happy to see I'm doing better, but I'm making better decisions for myself. But I'm still not really uh, close with them. It just kind of you know, but there's the love's still there.
I mean,
Um,
I totally understand. I
I'm
battle
close with my mom
addiction.
though.
I battle addiction every day, and it seems like I can't make any good music unless I'm, under the influence, and that's kind of sad.
Yeah, well, me honestly, I smoke weed and cigarettes, and that's pretty much it now. I was doing the hard shit. I was mainly meth. Um, you know, I'll be honest with you. I started slamming it at one point, and I was doing that shit for years, and it's just pretty crazy. you don't really think about it like um, I didn't think about it like I'm putting a needle in my arm. I just thought, well, I'm just getting high like everybody else, and it's crazy. Just one thing led to another. Next thing you know, I'm like putting this shit on my arm and fucking it caused me all kinds of problems. I think a lot of it was just trying to, I guess, self medicate and just kind of numb the pain or whatever. So I've been through a lot of like, a lot of abuse and bullshit, and just got mixed up and I'm doing better now. I ended up going to the mental hospital, and that kind of gave me a chance to sober up. And and then when I got out, I was on the street still, and I said, "Man, this is not what I need right now." So I'm like going to choose not to go out and look for that bag, and and I think
It's
music really helped me a lot. You know, kind
yeah,
of
it's
help redirect my focus and do something with my time. I got to stay busy, man. If I don't, I just go crazy.
it's a different world. People that don't have addictions or whatever, they don't understand. The, the every day at the, the test.
Yeah, that's it. I take it one day at a time, bro. You know, really, it just I try to stay busy and just with music and watching
I think
videos or looking at articles and shit like that. Just
I
try to
think
stay busy.
you're on BandLab quite a bit because every time I check, you're always on
Yeah,
there.
it's pretty much my life. Yeah, yeah, I'm always on there, man. Like, um, pretty much every. I don't know how long. I could probably go like an hour without checking my notifications. Um,
Now, have you had any record labels or any kind of deals that try to get a hold of you?
well, there's scammers and shit on BandLab, like anywhere else, and online and offline. There's scammers, but I've had people try to, say they wanted to sign me or whatever. I'm actually part of Trash Gang Records official Stungeonistics label, record label,
Yeah,
and
sure.
I haven't really put any stuff out like under the label officially. I think he might still be getting that going, but I think he's active on. Let's see, like um, I don't know, different. I think it's Spotify and some other platforms. I'm really the only platforms I use is like BandLab, YouTube, and Facebook, pretty much.
What do you
I
use
might
to What do you
expand.
use to make your What do you do to make your beats? Do you use it from BandLab?
Yeah. So the way I make my beats, um, yeah, I use like BandLab samples, and they have like all these different sample packs, and you know, um, you pick the different samples like a guitar or drums or bass or whatever, synth, whatever, and then I just kind of arrange the samples, and so this have like a drum change, guitar change, bass change, whatever, piano change every like 10 to 15 seconds,
Yeah,
kind of change it up a little bit.
I'm not very good at the change it. Like if I'm gonna do a beat, it's gonna be the same bass. I might put two bass lines in it and two drums, and then it's gonna be the same thing throughout the whole. It's like a loop.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what I do. I use like loops, and that's pretty much. That's usually about how many different changes I have, like a couple different bass lines. Sometimes I even use the same bass line over and over again throughout the whole thing. Just sometimes I use the same drum, but BandLab they have like these different samples. You can. Uh, it's all pretty much the way they have it set up. If you know how to use the sample packs, and if you kind of are familiar with some of the sample packs, kind of where to get certain samples, and I they have so many sample packs. I have barely even scratched the surface of what BandLab has to offer. Um,
Yeah.
but that's pretty much how I do it. Just arranging the samples like loops, like BandLab samples.
I have problem with arranging them. I don't understand how you take one thing. I can't get the I can't move it around. It has to be the same thing. Like I don't understand that cutting and all that shit. I don't. I can't. grasp the
Yeah.
concept.
Right. Okay. Well, um, it's
I mean, it'd be
pretty
better if you
much
show, like, if we could show it, but we can't show it.
right. Right. Basically, yeah, it's just um, different samples. I mean, it's easier to show, than people
Yeah,
would get a better, right, understand if we could show them on the screen. But
right.
it's just a matter of like just arranging the samples, and then I'll use like different things to kind of help with the transitions, like a drum, or a cymbal, or like a horn, or a bell, or you know what I mean, like a something to kind of help kind of smooth the transition from one change to another.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
understand the bail thing. I think I use the bail thing like too much. Like it'll be like overkill, or like it's like ding 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 ding. Nobody wants to.
right.
Those two
Sometimes,
beats you get,
sometimes.
those two ones you sent me were kind of like you really wanted to make a challenge or something because I'm trying to rack my brain. Like, what do I put for this?
Yeah, they're very. I guess my beats are kind of. There's a lot of energy in them, and
Yeah, I like short. I like 80. I like 85 to about 90, 95 BPM. If it gets up to. I mean, it can go up, but I'm generally better at like a slower BPM. I think.
right. I do make slow beats, but most of my beats are pretty fast.
Well,
And
Dungeon would kill that. Dungeonistic would really.
oh man,
He
he's
he's a
definitely
he's awesome, dude. He's awesome. He's a great
he is
artist.
he's definitely one of the one of my favorite artists, and one of the most talented artists I've seen, like on and off the app.
Yeah,
I mean, pretty much most music I listen to is BandLab artists. You know, it just
right.
becomes a way of life.
You
You
don't you
just
don't really listen
because
to you don't listen to mainstream much.
I do sometimes, but mainly BandLab. It kind of becomes like a way of life. You know, um, like it's basically BandLab. I don't know how many people know about it, honestly. To be honest, I feel like most people
How many
probably don't go to
how many
BandLab to listen to music.
right? How many
So mainly
followers do you have?
BandLab is, huh?
Do you have anything on Spotify and all the services?
Um, I no, I don't. I haven't figured out how to use that yet. I
You got
mainly just
YouTube. You got your
I'll put
YouTube,
my
don't you?
I do some if I like one of my beats enough, I'll put it on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
Usually, so uh, most of my stuff's on BandLab and YouTube, and
right.
right.
So who else? Who other artists do you said you really like Rec Lord? He's a really tight artist. He's
Oh
awesome.
yeah, yeah. Rec Lord is dope. Um, he's he's old school. I mean, he's OG man. So
Yeah,
he definitely he's got a certain ability to. He's just definitely one of the most talented vocalists, like rappers and like lyricists that I've seen.
he,
Definitely.
he,
I like
he's
his
really
style
good.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
I
he's
got
a
my.
cool dude. I've talked to him on the
You know,
phone and stuff.
me and him's got a. We got a way about us. Like I could start a track and then and I just usually go off on people. I just usually get in there and just tell them about themselves. And people don't like to hear about themselves. And so I'm sorry, I kind of preach to the streets in a way. I've lived that life, and I don't like people that talk about stuff they don't know what they're talking about.
Right, right. I yeah, no, I definitely I can relate to a lot of the stuff that Rec Lord does, and and yourself, Hendrix. I really like your music. I can relate to it. Uh, just feeling like like sometimes people just don't act real, man, and you know what I mean, and they're just being fake, and and it's like you're keeping it real, and and you just. and like people fucking they sometimes they'll let you down. You know what I mean? I've been through like I've had friends fuck me over. I can relate to uh, like heartache, shit like that. Like a lot of the stuff that you talk about,
Do
in your
you
music.
do,
I can definitely relate.
do you follow Relia? Have you heard of Relia, the real chick?
Uh-uh.
Well, you need to check her out. She's a really good.
Oh, Relia. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. My bad. I misheard you.
yeah.
Yeah. I know she's been through some shit. Not my personal business to share, but
She's
I
one of my
can definitely I can
top three.
sympathize with her. I know she went
Yeah,
through whatever she went through, and but she definitely keeps it
yeah.
real, and
She
definitely
she's
one of the
got a good she got a good
definitely
heart.
talented.
Man. Yeah, she's got a good heart,
Yeah.
man. You can tell when through the
Right.
music when people, if somebody's just getting on the microphone and just saying, blah blah blah, you can tell.
Right. I remember the other night. I think it was last night. Me, you, and her were like joking around about how we love our haters.
Yeah, yeah.
you know. um. Right. I mean, because it's like it. And this is the way I look at it. If someone's hating on me, bro, I look at it like um, it just pushes me to make it just makes me stronger. Someone hating on me just makes me stronger because it just kind of pushes me to fight harder. Um,
Right.
Not to prove anything to them, or mainly probably just myself. I'm just always trying to kind of outdo myself and kind of push myself further. Always trying to improve. You know,
Right. And
always try to get
if you
better.
don't, I think every day if you don't learn something, if you don't use your brain is the mind is the most powerful muscle that we have in the body, and if you don't use it and improve, then what are you really doing? You're just taking up
Right,
space and taking up
right,
oxygen, you know.
right. I don't want to repeat myself too much. Like I try to change it up a little bit. You don't see me doing too much stuff on the microphone these days. It's mainly just making beats.
Right.
Like I originally started making beats to have like something original to put my lyrics to. But I got so hooked on making the beats that I just I said, okay, this I like this. It's like my new favorite medium.
Well, not
So I've always
everybody,
been
not
an artist.
everybody. You have to figure out your place, I think, I started out making beats, and then I was like, I got tired of asking people for beats, and then I was like, you know what? I could do that same thing, but I could probably make my own type. And not everybody likes my beats, but you know what? I'm not here for everybody.
Yeah. So what about yourself, man? Like how do you start getting into music and stuff?
I just
You
wanted to
said you
get out of the
started.
street. Yeah, I wanted to get out of the streets, and I wanted to, there's only two places you can end up: is jail or the graveyard.
Oh,
And
absolutely,
I don't want to go to the
absolutely.
graveyard or the jail. So neither one of them sounds like a
Right.
very good place. I just recently lost my dad. I lost my
Yeah,
dad,
I'm
and I had
sorry to
lost
hear
my
that, bro.
mom a while
I'm
back, and
sorry.
so
Yeah,
it's
that's rough.
it's
I'm
crazy.
sorry.
It's crazy, but you gotta move on. My family wouldn't want me to mourn myself to death, and they want you to live your life to the fullest. And I think that there's a lot of great artists on Ben Lab, but there's a lot of cocky
Yeah.
artists and a lot of people that think they're so great and wonderful, and you're really not. I'm just saying they're still hiring at
Right.
McDonald's. They
Right.
need people
No,
to work. For.
there are some people I can agree with you on that there are some people on band lab. It's kind of a you make a few songs and then you get like a big head and you think somehow you're some kind of rock star now. And it's mainly band lab. I don't think it's very well known, but I think most of the people on band lab um, it's mainly just like a lot of artists supporting other artists, and it's a great format. You can use it to your advantage. You can use to the studio to make beats, and you can make songs and collab with other artists, from all around the world, that you normally probably wouldn't have a chance to. Um,
Now you used to go by a different name. You still got that account 66 dot
yeah,
point
six
six
six six six
FM.
point six FM, right?
Now what was the
Yeah, I
concept
had.
behind that name? What was you doing with that?
Well, I've gone by a few names.
It
I used
kind
to
of
go
sounds
by.
demonic, though. It kind of sounds a little demonic. I was like, hold on, is this guy? And Rick Lloyd was like, no, 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 this guy is really cool and really supportive. And I was like, oh. And I see that you shared. I want to appreciate that you shared me and Rick Lloyd's damn near our whole collection.
Right. I actually haven't had a chance to listen to the live from the bando mixtape, but I shared it the other day. But I'll definitely get into it, and I've heard a lot of your work, and I'm definitely impressed. I like your style, man. Um, you definitely you have a realness to you, very it's I can relate to it. I don't know how, because I feel like I can relate to your words. Um,
Now, when we were gonna make this, we was gonna do this. Talked about it late last night, this morning, and I didn't know like if you knew the concept. Like we're gonna be live. You know what I mean? Like it's a podcast, but it's not. It's like a live podcast. It's kind of different.
okay.
So I like it though.
Yeah, I usually don't do like on camera stuff like this. This is like first time I've ever really done like that. I mean, friends try to get me on Zoom. I'm like, fuck that. I People shouldn't have to look at my ugly face all the time.
You
you
know,
know, um, right.
but I just want to get you on because I know you have a lot of knowledge of you're real musical and you're really deep with your but mainly is because you support people so much. I look on I look on the feed and I see Cyber Trash and the different genres and different artists.
Right. That's the thing. Yeah, I definitely share other people's stuff more than my own, and I never share anything that I don't like. You know what I mean? I wouldn't share somebody's stuff just because I was trying to get someone to listen to my stuff or anything like that. I share the stuff I share on my page. It's artists that I actually like and respect. I like their music. I actually listen to it, and I want to share it with other people and just help get them out there more. I think more people need to do that. It kind of because I mean I make a lot of beats, but um, you just kind of want to keep the audience engaged. Like so I always post something new every day, whatever, a few things every day. Um, I'll rarely like promote myself. I'll make a beat, put it out there. I might share it a few times, but then I'm like on to the next beat kind of thing. But I think if you post other people's stuff, it's supporting those artists, and it's also um, it gives your audience something. So if I'm not putting beats out all the time, well, they can listen to somebody else's music, if, through the links that I share on my timeline. Right.
Well,
So
also you have a whole bunch of different genres that you can listen to and enjoy.
yeah, I'm into different types of music. I like I started out like a metal guy, you know, um, and then over the years I started out like listening to like Pink Floyd, Metallica, uh,
Yeah.
Pantera, old school like rock from like the '90s, '80s, and or
Yeah.
before that, I the
What about
Beatles. I grew up
Megadeth?
listening to the Beatles. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, in fact,
Megadeth.
the first rock or metal album that I had was Megadeth Countdown to Extinction,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a friend had given it to me for my birthday, and I've actually seen Megadeth about two or three times now live, and
Well,
they put on a pretty good show.
Dave Mustang's a cocky kind of guy, and I guess he earned that. He's a genius of an
He's pretty
artist.
good.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
The things they talk
definitely,
about, I really like the things they talk about is like real life, like, hey, this is really type shit that's going on,
absolutely.
political,
Um, yeah, he gets political, and I love that. Um, I always admired people that had the guts to stand up and fight for what they believe in.
Well, that
And
brings me to
not
another
afraid to
one.
put it out there.
What do you think about John Mellencamp? You ever listen to him?
I'm actually not familiar with his work. I've heard the name.
Well, he, Rain on the Scarecrow, Blood on the Plow. You ever heard that?
See,
Uh,
I'm not familiar with all that. I mean, I might have
oh
heard his
man,
music, but I
you
would.
gotta go. I tell you what,
Ex-
you gotta go. You gotta punch it in on the YouTube and listen, and I guarantee you, he does that deep like for the little man, and that's the kind of thing I like. I like going for the guy that people that they don't have what everybody else got, and they need somebody to stand up for them. More like a Tupac or something like that.
right, right. Like, I grew up poor, and I was on the streets for a long time, and that's kind of like the mentality that I was kind of raised with, and that I have. Um, just streetwise, pretty much like, and I definitely I can relate to the common man, and
Here's another name
so
for you. Here's another name for you. I just lost it. I tell you what. I think I like Rob Zombie too. I really think that. See, I got a whole bunch of I'm. I even like country. I like Travis Tritt. I like. I'm also trying to make a
right.
country rap song. And that's kind of weird, but you know.
No, I think it's that's kind of like I think what a lot of people want because I think that's part of why Dungeonistic has a certain appeal to him. He's from the Alabama like yourself, and he's he's got that kind of like that southern accent, and
Yeah, he.
but he raps, and it's kind of like a combination of it's like it's something different that people haven't really like I mean I know people have done country rap before, but
I think I think I want to see you do.
certainly
I
has
want
that
to see you
element.
do. I want to see you do a country rap beat. That would be something different.
I've been trying to I've been thinking about it. I've heard a lot of different beats that people use, and there's in recent years like people will have like a rap beat with like the drums and the bass like but then some kind of a country guitar like acoustic guitar kind of going through it
Right.
throughout it.
Like a little
So
twangy, you know what I mean? A little twangy.
right, right. So it
Mm.
would be nice to. I haven't actually done that yet. I've made country songs and I've made rap songs. Like I said, I started out doing metal, but then I started listening to bands like Too Short and Tupac, Easy, old school. And I
Right.
started getting into rap, and I realized, hey, this is actually pretty cool lyrical art form, and a lot of people don't get it. Like the people that don't listen to the rap a lot, they don't really understand that it's a lyrical art form. It really takes a lot of skill to do it, and but I love all different types of music. Metal,
I
rock,
got older.
country, rap.
I've got older people that like it.
Electronic.
Oh yeah, electronic. I like mixing different genres like lo-fi and then just everything is a trap. Like I put space trap. You got to get atmospheric. That's really hard to do. The atmospheric type sound, and then you got the trap. As long as you got the snare and the bass line, you can mix whatever you want. I guess.
There's a lot that you probably know about it that I don't. So, um, like I honestly, to be honest, I mean, I like rap, but I really don't know shit about it. Just I've listened to a few rap artists, but I guess it's kind of my knowledge of rap and rap culture is very limited. Um,
Right, right.
like but I respect the art form. I've done some
Yeah.
rap myself. Used to practice freestyling with my buddies back in high school, and you know, um, they're all better than me. They're always clowning me, and you know what I mean. We do like battle raps and shit, and they would just fuck me up. I was getting my ass
Yeah.
kicked lyrically all the time, and then
Well, that's
after
the
so many
thing.
years of practice, you get better. You kind of
You just gotta either you
takes
get better or you
practice,
just don't. Yeah, I just said I'm gonna get better or I'm gonna quit. For some reason I
right?
can't stop doing it, and I'm just like, okay, maybe I should. I just got my own style to it. I don't, I don't go after trying to be. Oh, I want to be like this guy. I want to be like that guy. No, I don't want to do all that. I want to just be my own artist. And
Yeah, you just be you, and
yeah,
say what you got
there's
to
too
say,
many
right?
people. There's too many people that try to be like the next guy and this guy and that guy.
Right. I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna go step outside, have a cigarette here. See you smoking. I'm like, man, I want a cigarette now.
I
um,
smoke too much. Yeah.
yeah. Hey, I'm a chain smoker myself. I'm like a chimney.
There used to be a band called the Chain Smokers. You ever heard of them?
I've heard of them. I'm really
I
not
never heard of
familiar.
them. Yeah. Looks
Um,
like it's nice out there. Is it warm? Nice and warm out there? California?
um, it's the weather's a little bit colder right now this time of year,
Yeah.
but it rains, but it won't rain for like weeks at a time. It's like a few days of rain, and
Yeah.
then
Then you have wildfires and stuff like that.
sunny again. I'm in the valley, so it's one
Yeah.
day it's raining, the next it's sunny. You know,
Well, it's better
and
where I'm
you
at. We
never
got
know.
ice and snow and rain and all types of good shit. I'm in the Midwest. You know, that's different. In
How long have you been How long you been rapping?
about maybe about 8, 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely shows.
Tell you what,
You definitely have skills, brother. I do. I like when as soon as I heard your music, I was like, I like this guy. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I can dig it.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad somebody's out there
Definitely.
listening. Yeah.
Right. It's pretty cool. Honestly, a lot of people they get kind of into plays and the likes, and it's like, who doesn't want somebody else to like what they create? You know what I mean? It's cool. But sometimes it's just having like a few good quality likes. Like if I just get a few likes that from artists that I respect, that's enough for me. You know.
Right. Right.
But
So you said
ultimately,
who else?
I do it for myself.
Do you know Charity Love? She's really a good artist.
Oh yeah, I've remixed a couple of her songs.
She's really
Some of
good.
my best
She's
work,
really talented. She's a really talented artist. I had her on the
Yeah.
show. I had her on the show. I don't know if you probably
Oh
didn't
no
see it, but
shit.
I had her on the show, and she's really good. She's a really good artist. I like her.
Definitely. She was going out with Dungeonistic for a while, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so she's. I think of her like my sister, and
She, I
but
think they
she's
still have
definitely
a good.
talented.
They still have a good relationship. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah. He's friends with all of his exes, which is I think rare. A lot of people, they break up and it's just nasty, break a big blowout, and it's like he actually has like an ongoing friendship with all of his exes,
Yeah,
his baby mamas,
yeah.
and
He he
I can respect that,
he's been
like
through a
he
lot.
treats women, I guess good.
He's been through a
He's a
lot.
good dude.
He's been through a lot.
Yeah, and Charity's a good girl. They're good people and definitely talented. I definitely respect them as artists
Yeah.
and people.
Yeah. But is there anything you want to tell anybody? Anything you want to tell the people before we wrap this up?
Um, I would say, you know, do your art for yourself. You know, like ultimately, I won't put out something unless I like it. If I think it's good enough, then I'll put it out. You know, but I have to be able to listen to my own music. If I can't stand listening to what I've made, why should somebody else? I think just with art and that includes music, you got to do it for yourself.
Yeah, art
You
is
know,
not.
do it because it makes you
I
happy.
don't think
You
I
know,
don't think art should be judged.
um,
You know what I mean? Like people judge art. Like they go, "Oh, this guy's better than that guy," or "This guy wins an award." I don't believe in those awards. Like, why? You know,
yeah,
what
there's
makes
no
me a
need
better
for
than
that.
that person? You know, we're all God's
Like you
children.
said,
You know.
yeah, like you were saying, you don't copy anybody else. You do your own thing, and that's I think is the way to go. You know, that's how I do it too. Like just I got to be honest with myself and do what makes me happy. You know, um,
Right,
like I like different styles of music, so I do different styles of music. I won't put out anything that I can't get behind. You know, but I would say do your art for you. You know, do it because it makes you happy. And you know, I'm not always inspired. I don't always feel like doing it. But sometimes if you plug into it and you get in the zone, you know, and you just if you're feeling it, you're feeling it, and if not, you take a break. You know, you get back into it when you know when you're feeling it again.
right. And that's the problem I got right now. I can't. I mean, I haven't really sat down with the pad and tried to write anything, but
I haven't
I
written in a
just been
long time.
off. Yeah, just been off. You know, and you know, it comes and goes. You know.
Right. It's just like life. There's ups and downs. You know, you fall down, you get back up. You know, it's funny. Like every beat that I make, it's like it's almost like it's like almost as if it's the last beat that I make. You know, um,
Right.
but then when I make another beat, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to do it again. You know, and just let's see if I can do it again. Let's see if I can, you know, pull it off again. Right.
I think you got quite a few beats on your page, and do you still go to that other page, your 6 6?
I kind of abandoned that account. There was some, you know, uh, drama that was these guys. There's a lot of people on BandLab that are fake. You know, there's predators on there that like prey on kids and shit. And I was exposing a lot of these guys. Shit would show up in my feed, or the victims would come forward and tell me their story and tell me this guy or that guy is doing this and that and. I'm like, okay, well, that ain't right. So I'm going to expose that. I take screenshots and post them, and they would report me for like bullying. You know, like I'm posting screenshots of someone else said, and then they report me for bullying. Like, how the fuck is that bullying?
Yeah, BandLab, you
But
gotta watch them. BandLab does
I
that.
got
You know,
I
they're
got enough
trying to be.
strikes.
Yeah,
I got
I got enough
I got enough
strikes to go
strikes.
bowling.
I got hella strikes, so I didn't want to lose my music on that page. So I had to start another one.
Yeah,
So I
they
ended up
don't.
changing my name to Cyber Thrash. You know, it just seemed like oh that's original. No one's using that, so I'll just go with that. You know.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it suits you though. It does. It suits you.
yeah. Well, I use like the or cyber punk sample packs and thrash metal sample packs, and I started making these. I called it cyber thrash, right? Cyber
Yeah,
punk and thrash metal, cyber thrash. So I said, and at some point I said, you know, I'm gonna pick that as my new artist name. Nobody's using that, and you know, it's original enough. So right, I'm just gonna
right,
stick with that. Took
right.
it on as my new artist name. You know. Um,
Yeah, I think it works.
you know, this 66.6 FM, that account I don't really use anymore, just because if I get one more strike, I lose that page
Yeah,
and all the music on it.
yeah, that's
I've been
smart
kind of
too. What you
yeah,
gotta do is
it's messed.
download. What you should do is download all that and then put it to your, upload it back to your new page.
That's what I've been doing. I was about to say, I've been kind of slowly transferring all the tracks onto my new page. Um, and yeah, it's like basically
Yeah.
right. Just I don't want to lose all that music. It's a good idea to download all your stuff. That way, if, for whatever reasons, if you lose your page and you don't lose all your work.
You also need to go with BMI. I don't know if you ever heard of BMI. They do a lot of copyright and a lot of where people can't steal your beats and your stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm all about that
Right.
because you never this AI shit. I was gonna ask you about this AI. So ain't that some weird shit of AI? Like what the fuck?
Right. I'll be honest with you. Like I'm like one thing I strive for with my music, and my art. I try to be um, as original as I can be, you know. Um, and I kind of didn't really like the AI thing because I'm like, that's not. I respect art more if it's. I mean, there's amazing stuff that people can make with AI. AI does actually. I've seen some pretty amazing AI art, but I definitely have more respect for it if it's like made by like an actual person.
Right.
You know.
Because I seen some stuff that said Tupac and it said AI mixtape, and I'm like, there's no way Tupac made that because he's supposedly he's dead. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
I wasn't there. I don't know.
Right. He could have faked his death. I mean, there's a theory right there. Um,
I was all kinds of
it,
theories. Actually.
it'd be nice if he was, still alive.
I am a conspiracy theory kind of guy. I do.
Me
You know,
too.
the whole
Definitely.
JFK thing has got me, thrown because I don't believe that guy, whatever that guy's name, he was just a scapegoat. Whatever his that
Right.
fucking guy's
I think it
name.
was Lee
They,
Harvey
they
Oswald. I
have
think
it.
is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He probably didn't act alone, and it seems to me like um, so I'm 42 or 43. I kind of lost track of it. I don't even know how old I am, but um, um, but I was
Eventually,
gonna
I'm
say I think
eventually
that
I'm
like
sure. Yeah,
9/11,
yeah,
like 9/11,
yeah.
that was I think kind of like the JFK of my generation. Some big tragedy happened. The president was assassinated, or the attacks on 9/11. Like um, basically, um, and then they did the Warren Commission report and the 9/11 Commission report, and it seems like neither one was a serious investigation and more like a cover up. There's a lot of
Right.
facts that the general public doesn't know about those events, and so it's like I think people kind of saw through the government's fakery. You know what I mean? That they were not
Right.
being totally honest with the people, and then people saw, well, wait a minute, like I believe in my government, and they supposedly they're telling the truth, but then you see what they're saying, and then you kind of judge for yourself, and you're like, this ain't adding up.
Well,
And so
I
it's
hope
like
that we don't
people
get.
kind of lost their faith. I think people kind of lost their faith in their government, and that kind of
I hope
like
we don't get
JFK woke up
flagged.
that generation, just like 9/11 woke up this generation.
Yeah, I hope we don't get flagged for talking about blah blah blah.
Oh, right. No, it's cool. I mean, I could go on and on about conspiracy theories and stuff like that, but
Yeah,
yeah, there's definitely more to those stories, though. There's always the other side of it. So there's like
yeah,
stuff that like if the government's involved and they don't talk about that, and it's just like a cover up, it's like people try to make it seem like the government, they don't make mistakes and they're always right. And,
yeah.
we
I'm
know
all
that can't be true.
we the people. That's how it's supposed to start out. We the people. What happened to
Yeah,
that?
that's what it's supposed to
What
be,
happened?
right?
What happened to the Constitution? What happened to our right? I don't know.
Right. Like there's a lot of censorship, and it seems like there isn't freedom of speech online. people they get censored, and it's um, it's unfortunate. I think people should be able to. We're supposed to have freedom of speech. We're supposed to be able to say what we want as long as they're not like making threats and shit. It's pretty much free game.
Right. And with that, we I didn't really know. I don't really never know what I'm going to talk about when I get on these things. I just like freelance it. I just
Oh, for
like
sure. No, we're not going off a script here. We're just having
I
a
just freeball it.
just
Sometimes
spontaneous conversation here.
I just hope I don't spontaneously combust. You know.
Right. No. Yeah. I know. This is like the first time I've ever done anything like this. So, um, I'm always kind of self conscious as it is, and I
Me
haven't
too.
shaved in a while, so I'm like, I look like a caveman over here. It's funny because I'm an atheist, and I look like Jesus or Charles
Yeah,
Manson, one of the two. But
it might be a combination. Combination.
right, I
That'd
I'm
be a
just
good
me.
movie. The Jesus Chronicles. You know.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm actually half Jewish, so I got like the Jewish nose, and I got a big old beard and everything. So, I just need a
Yeah.
yarmulke now.
Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. You know.
Yeah, no, I've made plenty of mistakes in my life. I'm far from perfect.
If you
But
can't
I
joke
try to
on
do my
yourself,
best.
yeah. If you can't joke on yourself, I mean, then you really got some problems. You know. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, you
You
can't judge a book by its cover. Like people might look at me and they probably would never expect like a guy like me to do rap. You know what I mean? Like this guy looks like a hillbilly. You know what I mean?
know.
I don't know. I don't know what people think honestly, but
Yeah. I don't
you
really
can you
care.
never judge a book by its cover, man. You never know. Like somebody
Yeah.
could be totally different. We're all different, and people they never fail to surprise me. You know,
We just gotta
I'm always
coexist. Coexist.
yeah, yeah. I try to you got to let people be themselves and make mistakes. That's how they learn. I think there's something about being able to admit your mistakes and then learn from them, and then it's like you try to live the best way that you know how to live, and that's like what integrity is all about.
Right.
Living by your word, and
You just don't
just
want
doing
to.
your best according to what you know.
You just don't want to be the definition of insanity. You know, doing the same things over and over and expecting different results.
Right, right. If you don't take personal responsibility and accountability, you don't learn from your mistakes, and you're just going to keep making the same mistakes. And all we can really do is try to learn from our mistakes and just try to do better, do something different.
Right.
um,
Right.
right, I've learned a lot in my experiences, with drugs and homelessness and poverty, and I have
Yeah.
mental health issues, and I can relate to all that.
And I have dealings with a lot of quote unquote whores. I tend to love whores.
Hey man, I appreciate you having me on, man.
Yeah. So
It's
yeah. So I
it's
just
pretty cool.
I'll get back in touch with you on the old band lab, and if you will, just share this, and I'll send the link to you. And I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Hey, you too, man. Thank you, Hendrix. You're a cool guy, man. I definitely love your music, and you seem pretty chill. This is like the first time I've talked to you like in person with and not just like typing on the in the chat, on BandLab.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I
But you
appreciate you.
seem like a pretty cool guy. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you, man. And just keep doing your art, brother. You definitely got a lot of talent. And I'm definitely looking forward to working with you more. I know we've done like I think we did a beat together before in the past, with my old account.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, you're definitely a cool guy, and I definitely appreciate this opportunity to talk with you and share with you like my story and my about how I got into music and
Right.
all that. It's been cool talking. We'll definitely have to do like another one of these sometime.
All
I
right.
definitely
And
appreciate the
we'll do
opportunity.
some
Thank you.
music. Yeah, we'll get some music done. All right. All
Sounds
right. Well,
awesome. Thank you.
with that, we're gonna
All
cut
right.
on that. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.
Right on, brother. Thank you. Hey, much love and respect,